Hello, everyone. Robin Shalia Grant here. And I'm so glad to be before you today because I have a topic that I think is exciting. And sometimes when we're going hard towards our goals and working towards achievement, we forget this thing, but it's so very important. And it's about celebration. So before I jump into the topic, first of all, welcome to the Elevate Agency. Here on this channel, we discuss topics that are all about elevating our lives in every area, in every way possible, especially in the entrepreneurial and life insurance space. Okay, so while you're here, be sure to subscribe and like the video. So let's talk about it. We work so hard towards the things that we're going for. We have goals, we have a vision, and I'm sure you probably have a plan in place, even if it's not written, and hopefully it's written. But we're all reaching towards something, right? And so, what about when you get it? Or when you make those steps, those incremental steps towards the ultimate goal? You know what we forget to do sometimes? Celebrate. It is so important to celebrate. Woohoo! Even those things that we consider as small wins. Because guess what? As we make these achievements, we are steps closer to achieving what we ultimately desire, what we ultimately envision for ourselves, for our organizations, for our families, for our legacy. And imagine when you reach those goals, how huge that is. Now, I know a lot of us have visualized ourselves reaching and hitting that mark over and over again. So sometimes by the time we hit it, it's not as exciting because you're already thinking about the next thing, or you've already rehearsed the victory so many times. It's like, I finally got it. I've been working so hard. Okay, now I'm on to the next thing. Or it might not feel as exciting because you're thinking about all the next steps that can get you to something even greater or something different now, right? But it's so important to pause and celebrate the wins so that we can remind ourselves, you know what? We are doing the right thing. We are who we say that we are. And being able to do that with other people that have been a part of our journey, that love us, that care about us, or that are on our team and a part of our organization, that helps to galvanize everybody and build momentum. So I'd just like to share a few reasons why it's so important to celebrate your wins, and especially those of you in the life insurance space. So, number one, celebrating the wins are essential because it actually boosts morale. So, whether you're just celebrating your own win because you reached that goal and you told some other people and they saw, seeing you win and celebrate yourself gives other people hope because now they see, oh, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Sometimes we just need to see an example of what's possible. We know that we also learn through modeling. So by doing this, we can model for others what's possible. Also, it can help strengthen our relationships. When we take the time to just let our hair down, so to speak, and have a good time with others, especially those that know our journey or who have been a part of helping the success, or they've witnessed it. It just builds that morale and that camaraderie between ourselves and those other people involved, whether that's a teammate, whether that's a friend or friendship, loved ones, whether family or romantic relationships, partnerships. Just building that morale and just those feel good feelings, if you will. It's actually a positive thing. And when we want to build a support cast, so to speak, it really helps because they see, you know what? You said you would do A, B, and C, and you've done it. And you know what? I'm here for you. I see what you can do. Let's go even further. So building that morale just really, really helps. Also, it creates momentum. By sharing our victories, it can actually help foster even more camaraderie among our colleagues, our loved ones, our support system. And when they see us doing these things, accomplishing our goals, getting closer and closer to our visions, they start to feel, the ones who really love us, they start to feel invested. And they're like, you know what? You're almost there. Keep going. Or you made it. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Listen, it's really a good thing. And it can give us that extra boost and more momentum so we can keep on going. That's why people celebrate at the end of a game. You think about sports, Especially, this is time stamping this, but I'm making this on Super Bowl Sunday. And we know that whoever wins this game, it has been a long, strong, strenuous journey for these teams to even make it to the Super Bowl. So we can say that, no matter who wins, they're both winners because they made it to the Super Bowl, which is absolutely true. And so no matter what happens at the end of the game, I think that they should celebrate themselves. But we know that whoever is the winner, they are going to be celebrated throughout the country and throughout the world. We are going to take the time to celebrate them. They're going to celebrate each other and themselves as well they should. So celebrations of our wins, they matter, and you can start looking towards the next thing as well. Now, we have to make the time to celebrate. When we are locked in on something, we have our specific goals, dreams, visions, that thing that we're going towards, right? We can be really locked in and laser focused. And that's the way to be. That's what we want to do. That is great. But you have to also make the time for celebration. So there's a time and place for everything. You make the time to be hyper focused on the goals, do the activity, right? And then you take time and you can schedule your celebrations and wins as well. I know for a lot of us in this space, they do what's called incentive trips. And you might see that in your industry as well. When people achieve a certain level of success, production, sales, whatever your thing is, but certainly in life insurance, a lot of companies, the carriers, will offer these rewards, and they're called incentive trips. So if you basically help enough families, which can also equate to make enough sales, then you will be invited on an all expense paid trip to a very special location with wonderful accommodations at no cost to you. That is a celebration of a win. Because you've been winning consistently, the company sets time aside to celebrate with you, bring all those top producing, award winning people and colleagues together so that they can be around each other and celebrate. And not only just celebrate together, but also have the opportunity to bring your family and your partner in. So that's really making time and scheduling the celebrations. And we can do that in our lives. You can take your own calendar and say, you know what, for the next 6 weeks or for the next 4 months, I know that I'm going towards something. Even in our spiritual lives, it might be the next 21 days of fasting and prayer. And at the end of those 21 days, day 22 or day 23, you know what? I'm going to get with my loved ones and we're going to go out for a nice dinner, or we're going to go to the park and, just plan something that's celebratory to you. And so taking that time is really, really important. And when we come together with those who really support us and that we support likewise, and there's just love amongst one another, it just really makes a difference. And so those are the types of people you want to celebrate your wins with, not just by yourself, but with someone else, even if it's your accountability partner, celebrating your wins with them, because they've been the one like holding you accountable the whole time. So it can be rewarding to them as well to see you achieve the thing that they have been holding you accountable towards. So in conclusion, I would like to take this opportunity to encourage you to raise a glass, and raising the glass, hey, this could be a glass of apple juice, right? But raise a glass, cheers, salute, celebrate yourself, celebrate what you've been able to do, and take the time, because when we don't do that and we're just super focused or distracted, obviously being distracted a lot is not going to take us towards where we desire to be. It's not going to allow us to elevate. Distractions take us off that path to elevation. But let's say we are hyper focused and we're elevating towards our vision, right? We can get burnt out if we don't make the time, set it aside to really, really celebrate that. So I want to encourage you to do it. It's a positive thing. It's a way of rewarding yourself, rewarding those who are a part of your journey and who celebrate you. And it's something that we love to do as human beings anyway. Don't we love a good celebration? I mean, don't we? The same way some of us celebrate holidays or birthdays. And I know that not everybody celebrates those things, but you might celebrate holy days for your faith. Whatever that thing is, if there's a new baby, most of us, if we don't celebrate anything else, we celebrate the new life coming into the world. So, whatever it is, we have a concept of what celebration looks like and why we celebrate. I'm just encouraging you to celebrate your wins in your business as well, and just find things to be happy and positive, feel positive about, and take the time to really get into it. Have a good time. It can be business, but it can be fun too. The same way we say, work hard, play harder. It's a similar concept. I would just say, if you work hard, why not play hard? And that play hard is really just celebrating yourself. So, with that said, I wish you well. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. Until next time, be great.